We're live. Hey, everybody, the doctor is in, and I'm live with this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing over here, this person over here, my precious friend, Kim Roxy. Dr. Melby got stuck in the OR or something. She'll be on in a minute, but we are here today, and I'm so happy that my both sister and my partner in health, helping with health, is on with us today. I'm wearing my love hat today because I didn't comb my hair for one thing after my spin class, but also because we've been doing a day of professional development with our team, and so it's all about love, all the work that we do. But we're so glad you're here. So who are you? Tell the world who you are. We have a great audience that's here with us, and we're so happy that you're here.
I am so happy to be here. I'm so happy I'm here that I'm just sharing it right now on my page that I'm here. I just want to tell the people where I'm at because I have been looking forward to this. You know, I don't take it lightly to be invited here on blackdoctor.org. Hey, Monique.
Hello, how we doing?
Doing good. So happy to see you.
Listen, I'm so glad to see you. The doctor is in. I love it.
The doctor's in. Thanks for being here, doctor. I know I was trying to get Haley's taking Harper with her, so I was trying to get Harper at the house. But this is Kim, and she is just so cool. You're gonna love her.
I love it. Hi, Kim. Welcome to the show. Listen, this topic is so near and dear to so many, and I get questions about it all the time. So we're going to be checking the chat frequently. We want to hear your why. We want to know, how did you get into this, and tell us everything that people need to know to try to stay as safe as they can, because there's things you can prevent and risk factors you can reduce and stuff you can't. So we got to get into it.
And I think it's so timely because April is, Cancer Prevention Month. And when we yeah. And so when we think about different ways, I'm all about like not getting overwhelmed because it's so much coming at us, it's things in the environment, it's things we can't control, right? But then there's things that if we just know a little better, we just choose differently. And so that's where I come in with Lamique. So I'm Kim Roxy. Kimroxie, and I'm the founder of Lamique Beauty. I just put a little Lamique Beauty on my lips. I put a little lip gloss.
I need some. I should have put mine on.
Listen, I need to get some for the swag bags for the cancer patients coming in my farm next month. We have 75 women coming, and I would love to, and we'll talk about this offline, but people are looking for you, girl. This is awesome.
Yes, awesome. So I'll tell you, and it's so much talk right now about where products are made and all that. And I can also let the audience know that our products are mostly made right there in Houston, Texas. So our products are made here. And that's because I wanted to have an eye on what we made. So, we kind of forewent, something less expensive to make something just that we can keep our eyes on and be aware of what's happening. So that's number one. Lamique is made in Houston. And I created Lamique because of the fact that one, I was not being celebrated. My beauty was not being celebrated in the beauty market. And when I think about toxicity, I also think about toxic images. Toxic images sometimes make us make bad choices. So even me today being later being diagnosed with alopecia, a part of it came from, me trying to make my hair a different hair texture because I didn't love what I had because I thought beauty looked differently, right? And so I think that when we talk about like bleaching of the skin and all this stuff, like the ingredients that's inside of these products are toxic from an ingredient standpoint, but also the image itself, what it means and you end up making bad choices that turn out to be bad for your health. So 75% of beauty products marketed to women of color are toxic. And that's
75%.
Yeah, 75%.
75% of beauty products that are have like a black label on them or something, or black.
Yes, 75% of beauty products that are marketed to us. So that's where it comes back to the images, the toxic images. So the things that tell you this is what you need, this will be pretty, this will make you prettier. Those things are more toxic than anything else that are marketed to us.
Does
Mm.
does
And
that
you
count
know,
hair too, or just makeup and stuff?
That's counting all beauty products. Yes, hair as well. Beauty,
Okay.
makeup, hair, skincare. Because
this
also,
is
You know
what
the
gets
perms
me
are
though.
toxic and the hair color, you know?
This is what gets me because there's studies, right, looking at proving the toxicity of these products, right? Endocrine disruptors, the hair relaxers, the tattoo dye, the hair dyes, you name it, the bleaching creams, all that stuff. But where's the funding to provide healthy alternatives for this, right?
Right.
Where's
Right.
that?
Hello.
Right? We pour money into saying all your stuff, your stuff is shit. It's toxic, right? It's terrible for you. It's killing you. It's causing breast cancer in Black women. Well, where's the funding for the alternatives, right?
and
Where's the funding for innovation? And it just it doesn't balance out for me, and
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
angry about
It doesn't.
it.
It's
Yeah,
so unfair.
it doesn't balance out. And Doc, it doesn't balance out because a company like mine, which I've been out before trying to raise money for to get funding,
Yeah.
have fell short from getting funding from venture capitalists. Uh,
exactly. Yep.
and because they don't think that the market is worthy, okay, or of that. So to your point, if we're going to tell and we showing and we're seeing the studies, then we need alternatives. And so to be honest, I have broken through the barriers that have been out there for companies like
You
mine.
go, girl. You go, girl.
I tell people when I launched Lamique nationally in March 2020, at the end of 2019, I did a rewards-based crowdfunding campaign on iFund Women, and I raised $50,000 in 30 days to launch my brand. That's how long,
Wow. Oh, wow.
because when I went out to try to go raise venture capital money to get investors, I couldn't get it done because I'm in there with old white men trying to tell them,
Yeah.
And
Right.
let me
So
tell
talk
you
to them about
something.
Black beauty. Oh my God. Right.
In 2023, the market, right? The market for Black beauty products, Black consumers spent
Yeah.
$9.4 billion.
$1 billion. I saw nine point
9.4
four
billion
billion
dollars on
dollars.
beauty products. Don't tell
Yeah.
me there's not a market,
Right.
right?
Right.
is a market. It is a market. And how about this, Doc? McKinsey, which is a huge consulting firm, they released a report just here within the last year and a half that talked about something called the Black Beauty Effect. And they said that there is $2.6 billion still waiting to be captured. So we spent 9.4, but we actually have another 2.6 waiting on the side. That's like,
Wow.
that's like we could, this is what could be captured in revenue if we get products to serve this market. Look, Black women are so powerful that we not only spend our money, so we spent that 9.4 billion, but there is a $580 billion beauty market. And let me tell you how Black women play in that and how we influence that entire beauty market. We have something that the Nielsen reported. They call it the Black Beauty Effect. They call it the Black halo
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our choices then influence everybody else's choices
Right.
because set all
Hello.
the trends. We set all the trends. So
Hello.
people buy what they see us doing. So
Right.
we don't just, it's not,
Precisely.
it's even bigger than what we spend. Now,
Right. It's bigger than what we spend.
it's what we influence.
It's what
Two,
it's like music. It's like the music industry. We drive it. We drive the music industry, we drive the clothing industry, but we definitely drive the beauty industry. You're so right. Like white people started using weaves after we did. Hello.
this whole little chocolate liner thing they're doing right now with the line on the lipstick, and then they
Yeah.
came out like they just started it yesterday, and we're like, we've been doing that,
We've
right?
been doing that.
We've been doing that.
Wait, since the 70s, came back in the 90s, now it's back in the 2020s. Come on.
So these are the things that we do. But what we're saying is at Lamique, we're saying, hey, sis, check the label. Hey, sis,
Yeah.
there's parabens, there's talc, there's different things. There's things made overseas with no compliance, like check out what you're getting, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm here saying. I came up, I wasn't so much in love with makeup. So let me spoiler alert. I did not grow up playing in makeup. I really I didn't identify with it because again, as a dark-skinned woman growing up in the South, in Houston, I didn't feel like I was the pretty girl. So I didn't even worry about makeup. That wasn't even for me. And the experience I have had of going to the makeup counter for prom, I walked away looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost. So that didn't work.
Mm.
So I was like, makeup, nah, that's not for me. Right. But I get to college and I need a job. And I go to the mall looking for a job and I get hired at this makeup counter. Because I applied everywhere, right? I just applied everywhere.
Right.
And I wanted a job like at Foot Locker or something. I get this job at the makeup counter. And my first time ever putting on real makeup, my first time helping somebody else put on some makeup. And but I needed the job so bad, I couldn't say I couldn't do it. So I just did it, right? And the manager of the store came to me a couple weeks in. She said, "What are you telling these women?"
Mhm.
Wow. She said, "You're selling more makeup than me. Back then at the makeup counter, it used to be very catty, who sold the most, all this kind of stuff." And so she
Yeah.
was selling more makeup than me. And you don't even know what you're doing. And I was like, well, I've fallen in love with making women feel good about themselves. See, what got me was making a woman feel, I transformed her from the inside. So then when I showed her the mirror, she just was like, fine. I mean, she couldn't do a better job than me. So she was just like, fine, give me everything, right? And
Right, right.
that's how it went for me. And that's what got me into the beauty industry. And that was my hook. Doc, I have always admired Ricky. I've always admired seeing someone, I grew up in church. I love to see somebody smile, somebody feel good about themselves, and so
Mhm.
it hooked me in the makeup industry when I could sell this woman this lipstick and literally she's smiling from ear to ear. I give her all the compliments. I let her know who she is. I used to just affirm women and affirm women. And that's
Mm.
how I got my start. And I became this top
Wow.
at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Wow. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? It didn't matter what they look like because you gave it to them on the inside.
That's incredible.
on the inside. On the
Before
inside.
before we keep going, tell people what your products are. For people who don't know, may not know your brand, like what are your products?
Yes. So I have what I just put on earlier. That's our Glow Gloss. We have a collection. It's about 6 shades of lip glosses, all different ranges of shades. Inside of that collection, then we have our Revelation Brow Duo. This is our hero product. This product,
That's what you gave me, yeah.
yes, this product here is the one that when my hair started to fall out, this is what I use to fill in my brows. It comes with a brow powder. So you get the brow powder in whatever shade you need. I use soft black. And then you get this concealer that you put underneath the brow to highlight it. If you're going through, chemo, or if you have had permanent hair loss due to illness, or even just taking medicine, or how about just menopause? How about just age? You want to use this. It's made from 88% natural and certified organic ingredients. Some of the ingredients on here read like a recipe in a kitchen, okay? With the shea butter, oregano, all the kind of good things that are inside of their pack for you with that product. And then we use our mascara, and we have our brow gel, and then we have our custom blend foundation. Now, if you go to our website, you're going to see that custom blend foundation has nothing but 5-star reviews. And that is because people are amazed at the fact that they purchase it, and then the directions are to send us a picture. They send us a picture and we send them back a foundation that matches their skin.
Wow. So LamiqueBeauty.com, right?
LamiqueBeauty.com. Lamique Beauty.
Wow.
Um,
Now, do you do consultations and things? Because I think part of half the battle of beauty, and
Yeah.
the reason why I think some people avoid it and other people overdo it, is because they don't know anything about it. They look at TikTok or whatever, and they don't know where to start. Those of us who are trying to figure out our tones and our undertones, or put yellow here, how do I cover up the bags? Like, you got some tips and tricks and things. What should people know?
yeah, so I had started a Friday Night Live every Friday night showing women how to put on their makeup on Facebook. So I
Mm.
started that in the
Wow.
pandemic, the first Friday of April 2020. I did it consistently. And I just shared with Ricky, and I'll share with you all that actually, since I saw Ricky at the Bold Collective, our big event, um, I didn't know then, but a couple of weeks later, I would find out that my big sister, who named me, would be diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer.
Can you believe that? And she didn't tell me.
Just a couple weeks
Wow.
after me and her were together at the end of February, By March
Wow.
15th, my sister had passed on March 15th.
Oh,
49.
And
wow.
we just buried her body on the 28th.
Mm,
And I have just had the most traumatic March of my life. And so
wow.
when I think about, what's ahead and what's going on and, women being able to take care of themselves, I just had to take, that time to take care of myself. Um,
Right.
as well as my sister, because just that 2 week time span, we were in the hospital, around the clock. But I'd say that to say that for about 4.5 years straight, every Friday night, I was on Facebook doing a live showing how to apply makeup. So consultations are available. We have our beauty experts that are able to meet with you virtually. We make sure, you can set up an appointment through our social media page on Instagram or Facebook. But we make sure we take care of our ladies because most of our ladies are busy professionals. A lot of our ladies went to school, got their master's, got their doctorate, but didn't go to a makeup class per se, or hadn't
How
had
about it?
Well,
or
looky, here we go. Do I have any makeup on? Do you have any makeup?
Listen,
even
thank,
or even
thank God for the Zoom that allows you to enhance your lip color because I was
I
looking
know,
dusty.
I know. Look at that.
Like they try to use AI to help us out here, sisters, but it's like you
I
can
know,
get a
I
real
know.
consult. And
yes,
I think it's so important because, one, when you're battling cancer, you don't necessarily feel your best self, but you do, and you can feel motivated to look your best self. And you want to do so safely. And how to get a couple, even small tips on just how to, give yourself a little extra something is such a powerful gift to give. And I think we forget about that gift and all of the science and all of the surgery and all of the meal trains and everything else. But sometimes you just want to look like yourself.
just
Yeah,
want to look at yourself because guess what? Um, it's power in not looking sick.
Say that again.
There's power in not looking sick.
Yeah.
There's power to your spirit. I went through this with my mom and my sister. Also, my background is my mom passed from metastatic breast cancer.
oh
So,
my goodness, girl.
Wow.
And you just had your genetic testing, right? Because I'm gonna have
right,
to come to pick you if you didn't.
right, exactly.
But your family history is just as equivalent as a genetic
Mm-hmm.
patient. So
Yep,
you need to be really, really diligent, girl.
I gotta be, right. I gotta be diligent. I gotta be diligent.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but it's like also that's the reason why I showed up today, right? It's because I've got to be diligent. I have to be mindful. This is the community. Even before my sister just passed, even with my mother, I just became all a part of the community and an advocate around it, and raised the red flag around the makeup because that's my area of
Right,
expert, right?
right,
So that's what we do, right? We
right,
sort of work on that part that we can work on. But I,
right.
I know
And
for
that's advocacy right there. That is
It is,
advocacy. Yep.
right?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, absolutely. So some of those things that I say is like, if you take the time and do a little something to yourself, it will help your spirit be able to rise even in a sick body. And so I just will say that doing your brows to somebody else, it might be like, oh, that's no, but to you, you know that it helped you to look a little bit more like yourself. And you wouldn't even believe what you saw in the mirror.
Hmm.
And so that will help you. Look, you're talking to a person who, some people lose their hair and it's temporary. They go through chemo, what have you. But I have a bald head. I've been rocking a bald head for the past 2 years. But I have re-engineered my mind where bald is beautiful to me.
It
Right?
is. Well, you're gorgeous,
It's
so
gorgeous.
Thank
Absolutely.
thank you.
yeah.
But that's a part of what this is all about, though. We have to be able to be resilient through life. And I believe that Lamique makeup, what we're building, what I've created, is a part of your resiliency plan. So this little brow powder right here, I'll just show you real quick. I know, like even right here with your brows, what it's as simple as putting a little powder on and going through your brow. Put a little
Wow.
powder on and go through your brow. That's all you need to do. Put a little powder on, go through your brow. After you do that, so you put the powder on your brows, you take and kind of fill them in, okay? Um, now somebody's saying, I don't have any hair. Look, I don't have any hair on the end. All that is brow powder. None of that,
Wow.
none of that is my own. All of that is brow powder. And let me say this, I believe in putting on makeup, clean makeup, like what we have, vegan makeup, and washing it off. I don't like permanent things. I like to be able to, because I also know my face is going to change. So because as you age, as different things happen with the face structure should change, and I don't want to be married to anything. I want to be able to wash this makeup off just at the end of the day, as soon as I get done.
Right, right.
So
I
then
hear
it,
you. Yeah, because a lot of us
Somebody in the
get
chat
these
said you are
laser things done.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
And see, I like that. And you know what? I don't know if you make a brow shaper, but putting that in so people can know how to shape those brows so they don't look crazy is a thing too. Look at that.
it's
You got the
different.
But the
perfect shape for
highlighting
you.
makes it, just brings it out. The
So yeah,
It
highlight.
sure does.
you see that concealer? This is
Yeah.
the time where you get a brow powder and a concealer in the same compact. Okay, because
I don't think I've
what
seen
the,
that. Yeah.
what the brow powder does is it fills in the sparse hairs, but then the concealer helps to define the shape. Okay.
Wow.
And your brows, back to that 75%, we're going to use that number again. 75% of the whole framing of your face comes from your brows. So when
Wow.
we lose our hair, when we lose our brows, or when they get thin or what have you, now the actual facial structure, okay, we lose that. And so filling in your brows, that's why this is like the main thing, because we need to make sure we have those brows there that are filled in. Okay. And then from there, you can take and use a little bit of that concealer and put it underneath the eyes. Sometimes if you get in treatment, you get in the blemishes and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. Mine never
Yep.
went away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You need
that's
to come over and do this for me.
oh, I
Well,
got you.
we need to do it for the touch talk too, right? Like this is a great
I
this is a
know.
great
Well,
way for the
we're gonna do
support group.
pink table talk and touch talk. We're gonna take you to our
Mhm.
support group.
Yes.
But she's
Yes.
gonna try to come to our party on
Yeah,
makeup.
I love that. Yes, you gotta come. Oh my
You gotta
gosh,
come
yeah.
to our party and make us all up.
Yes, and show, and back to what we said, show people how to be able to do some things for themselves. Because think about it, no matter what profession you're in, there is, like what you talked about today, Ricky, y'all had professional development. We literally will have this face that everybody sees, and we do no type of makeup class. We don't get an update. Now you 45, you hadn't got a makeup class since you was 22. You got a whole different face. Now you're 65, you haven't had a
Right,
makeup
right,
consult since you was
right,
30, right?
right.
So that's the type of updates, and no other thing that we do that. We update everything else. We need this
Right.
update. So let's do that, and let's get up to date on what we should look out for. A couple things I'll say when you're looking for beauty products and things like that, make sure you're mindful if something has active ingredients in it. So if a product, if it's a skincare product, even makeup products now, they're putting some active ingredients in them. Be aware of that and
What
how
does that mean? What does that mean?
so that's basically like prescriptions. You know how you have prescriptions, and there's drugs inside of it, active ingredients. Some makeup products and skincare products have drugs in them, like active ingredients. And you need to know based on using what's inside of it and then using that in correlation to the other drugs or things that you're taking. Even though it might be a topical, it's going on top of the skin, it still can have some type of effect. So just being mindful of that.
I love that because there's certain antibiotics, for example,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
other things that they'll do, even retinol, for example, and
The
I don't know if that's
retinol
necessarily
stuff,
an
yeah, the
active
retinol eye
ingredient.
stuff, yeah, yeah.
Right, but you'll go out in the sun, and next thing you know, you're gonna have a whole reaction with some of these things. Or if you are
Right.
on an antibiotic, if you're on certain medications, you need to also inquire about that too, because there can be some reaction sometimes. So that's a really great. We putting that tip in the chat. Is
Yeah, put in there.
tips, beauty tips. Number 101 is
Yes.
looking at the ingredients and cross check with your own medications too. I love
Yes.
that.
Cross
Yeah,
check with
yeah, yeah. Are you typing or am I typing?
You got it.
I
You
got it.
can. Okay.
because also I became a licensed esthetician. I did eyebrows, shaped eyebrows, and people wouldn't tell you, they're on Accutane or active ingredient, and then
Yep.
after waxing your eyebrows, now we done took all the first layer of your skin off. So, so
Yes.
we have to be mindful of those things, and not just like overlook it. So please, 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 and especially if you're going already through health challenges,
Right,
of that, and not
right.
any
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
danger. Also, I would say, when we look at ingredients too, and that also plays into the skin sort of bleaching. We have to, it's a fine line between taking care of hyperpigmentation and skin bleaching. Okay.
Mm.
Fine,
Mm-hmm.
fine
Talk
line.
about that with all the different vitamin C
You
treatments
talk
and the
about
other,
that.
the hydroquinone and all that stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Ooh.
All the acids that and all of that stuff is a very fine
I don't
line.
even know what that stuff is.
It's
Alpha hydroxy acid, yep, butyric acid.
yes,
You gotta watch it.
Hyperpigmentation. I'm
yes.
Yes,
sounding it out.
So for
watch it.
Black women, a lot of people like they have hyperpigmentation, which is a real thing, but it's a fine line between using certain things that can help you in combat against that versus now starting to go into that other side of the monoxy, all the other things that help, that'll end up bleaching your skin, and ingredients and things that you really don't want to use. So just be mindful of that. I remember going to I was in Africa last year, and I was there doing a trade show, and there at the trade show, you'd be surprised how many people were marketing skin bleaching agents.
Oh
And
yeah.
what they said was, how they play it off is they say, "Oh, you got a dark spot, we can fade it for you." And then they'll say things like, "But we can make the whole skin light after you get done with that." Right? And
Mm.
so I just want you to be, it's no judgment around you want to be lighter or you want to be dark. That's not really there, but just know that now you're making the skin thinner and all of those things, and now putting, in jeopardy and the actual effect that they can end up having on the on the top layer of the skin and dermatitis and all that kind of stuff. So just be mindful, in regards to that. I just want to bring that up because as we get older too, when we get the chin hairs and stuff, you get dark underneath your neck. You just have to be mindful on how you're picking those things out. Make sure you seek out an esthetician or dermatologist, or what have you when you're going after those things, and also let them know the other medications you're taking and things like that. Um, and then I will say in regards to makeup and makeup ingredients, I believe in transparency. I'm not a fear mongerer. I'm not going to tell you if you use this, you're going to die or something like that. That's not where I come from. I come from more of a place of tell me what's in it, and then let me figure out if
Yeah,
that's best for me, right?
right.
And the lifestyle that I want to live. Okay. And so um a couple things I will make you aware of is, for instance, talc. I will make you aware of that. I stay away from making products with talc in them. Just because
Calc is not good.
TALC.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
just because of all the research that points to, the
Gynecological cancers, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. And it can have. So that's something that we stay away from. But you'll find it where you would find it. Some people might be thinking, if you check your makeup, you're going to find it in a lot of your powder. So your eyeshadow, all your powder blush, your powder translucent powders, and all of that. So your face powders. So you want to be mindful of that. That's where you find that. Okay. And then, something else I would just be aware of is, your parabens. And a lot of times that can be in any of the makeup, actually, no matter if it's a cream or a powder or what have you. And you want to be mindful of those. We more so steer clear of those in regards to making our products as well. Something else I want to bring up is, I don't think we talk enough about, is actually expired makeup.
Ooh.
Ooh,
careful now. You coming down. You
Is
coming
there
down
an
our street
expiration
with
date? Is
the
there an expiration date? I have
expired
some
makeup
old
and wait,
stuff.
and the brushes. Don't even talk about it. Oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going there. So,
so
coming up your street. So
yep,
look,
yep. Go on.
so we don't talk enough about the fact that you got this makeup. Now you bought that makeup, Doc, you bought that makeup for, this gala that you went to. You had a pink dress, so you bought this pink eyeliner, so cute, da 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 da. You spent, $30 on it. So God bless you. You like, look, I'm keeping this eyeliner. Okay. All right, it's 10 years later. You see what I'm saying? And the pink eyeliner still there. You're like, okay, well, what we doing with
Pink
that?
is back in style. Uh-oh.
Right? And so then what happens is that now, especially it's about around the eye area, that's a wet area. Any wet areas, that is the less amount of time that you can keep that product. So it's around that wet area, and it's like, oh no, you can't keep that no 10 years later. Bacteria can grow anything, and now you're putting it around your eye and all of that. So we cannot do that. Look, let me just give you a cheat code. Cheat code. Cheat code is powders can last after they've been open, 2 years. That's the cheat code. Liquids, creams and liquids, a year. Eye products and lip products, 6 months or less, right?
Uh-oh.
So that's the way I like to kind of look at it. That's just a little cheat code. Some things can vary a little bit, but that's just a cheat code for expired makeup. Stop thinking of makeup like clothes. Makeup is not like this shirt or this dress I have on. Makeup is not like these earrings that I'm wearing. Makeup has an expiration date.
What lasts 6 months? What are the things that last? What last 6 months? I'm
Like
putting-
these around the wet area. So the eye, the wet area, and in the mouth. Because and another thing too, you definitely want to look at what's inside your lip products. Because I just want to let you know, you're gonna eat 13 lipsticks or lip glosses in your lifetime. So you
Say
might
that again. The average person eats 13 lipsticks or lip glosses in their lifetime.
yeah. So you might want to find out what's in your lip gloss, because you scooping, you sit up there eating it.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna swallow. It's on your lip bed. It's on your lip. You're gonna swallow. It's gonna go down. You're gonna digest some of that. So so what's inside your lip gloss is actually the most important place to start. So if you have to start anywhere, Kim, if I need to use a cleaner lip product, that's the first place I want you to start, is with the lip. That product is the first one, because that's the first one that you're digesting.
Well, you know what's funny, because I don't wear makeup a lot, so I keep it. I buy it. I keep it. It doesn't run out because I don't use it.
Right,
So
right.
I got some lip glosses in there. Oh my gosh. They're old. They're old as dirt, man.
Boom.
Years.
And
Years.
take a
You're
picture
oh my
of
God.
whatever it is, especially if it's a good color and something you like.
I
If
know.
you like me, you don't remember, and then it wears off as it's been in your bag,
Right.
and next thing you know,
Right.
the label's gone. You don't know if it's NC-16 or NW, whatever, and
Right.
it's so bad. You end up starting over all over again. So I think having a separate folder in your phone with the things that you like your favorites, so and then set yourself a reminder so you can re-up on them.
And you know what, Doc? I got something for you. They'll be up on the website just tonight. We are launching, and I'm so excited to announce it on here. I didn't even think about that. We're going to make that announcement. We're launching our expiration dot labels. You can put it on any product you have at your house.
What is expiration dot label?
Yes. So it's a dot, and you just put the date that you bought it. So then when you look at it, what that date was, and now you can do the math, because nobody can remember when they bought stuff. No, but like you said, Doc, you would have to put it in your calendar. You have to put some type of right. But if to help you out, because I saw this over and over again, what we did is we created these expiration dots, so you can put it on your product. It'll go on any product, no matter where you bought it from. It doesn't have to be a Lamique product, and be anything you have at home. Put it on there. Put the date you bought it on. Just write it in on there, and then it the date you bought it, and then that way you'll know. If I look at it 6 months from now, a year from now, I'll at least know that date that I got it. Okay. And that's how you can do the math. So I want us all to train our psyche right now. I want us all to do it. Our makeup, it doesn't matter if our makeup runs out or not. It's over because of the time. It expired. It's like food in the refrigerator. I bought the milk, but if I did not drink the milk, it does not matter. I bought
Wow.
I bought the eggs.
That's
Yeah,
deep. That's deep.
I'm
I-
gonna have to throw out a whole drawer full of stuff, okay, when we're done.
It's like
I'm gonna
food
throw
in
out a
the
whole drawer full of
refrigerator.
stuff. I have, nothing is new. I can't remember the last time I bought makeup. That's really bad. So whatever I have is old.
old.
It's the sour milk in my drawer.
Time to re-up. Go grocery shopping.
It's the sour milk. And so what happens is that a good thing turns bad. So again, now I'm telling you that we're using natural and more organic ingredients. And then you can't keep that, for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. You know what I mean? So, and even the conventional stuff, you still can't keep that, because I'm gonna tell you the other part. This is the other part to this whole conversation, is you don't know when they made their products. And that's the
Right,
part.
how long did it sit on the shelf before you
Wait,
sold it,
wait. She
right?
just dropped that one. Mic drop.
Right?
Bomb
How
drop
long did it sit on the
moment.
shelf, right?
When did they make your product? Oh,
When did they make your product? That's it. When you find out when they made it, you're gonna be horrified. You're gonna be like, what? No. So that's what I want us to think about. Because sometimes, again,
Wow.
we think about ingredients.
Wow. You're scaring me.
We think about ingredients, but I want us to think about expiration as well. And then I want us to think about, because I am in the beauty space, and I know this is a personal thing. Beauty starts in your mind. This idea of what beauty is. And what I do know is that the images that we
mhm.
have been served have not been right. And they do not attribute for a healthy beauty lifestyle. Everything about beauty has told you what you are not. And that is not right. At Lamique, we have a motto, and it's on our package of our products. So this is the Revelation Brow Duo. On the inside, this mirror says, "Beauty is revealed, not applied."
Oh, that is so
Wow.
powerful.
That's beauty.
Wow. Put
Wow,
that in
wow,
the chat.
wow.
Beauty is revealed, not
I'm writing it. Beauty is revealed, not applied. We got a lot of women in the chat saying, I gotta go throw some stuff out.
Yeah, that one's gonna get you every time. That one's gonna get you every time, because that's a new way of thinking. We weren't brought up like that. We didn't think that. We thought we bought stuff, it'll last as long as we last. And no, it does not.
Yeah, especially if you don't use it a lot. I'm gonna be broke now if I have to buy makeup every time I use it.
well, let's go over that though, because you kind of mentioned some of the essentials, right? What are the bare minimum essentials
Yeah,
for
what do I
somebody,
need? What do we need to have in there
Yeah.
that we need to refresh?
Yeah. Okay. So you need to refresh. Remember, your brows frame 75% of your face. So you need to have something for your brows. Okay. You need to have something for your brows. You need to enhance your brows. Your brows frame 75% of your face. So you need to start there. Some type of enhancement for the brows. And then you want to do some type of defining to the eye. I love eyeliner, especially on the top. I love to make me a cat eye. It makes me feel like my eyes are lifted and they're lifting up. Different eye shapes, ages. I do believe in making that eye shape kind of lift up a little bit. Like, we need those eyes raised. So you need something that's giving you a good eyeliner, especially on the top of that eye. You need your mascara. Okay. Now here, I use this concealer that comes in this compact to do something that I do underneath my eyes also to lift them up. And that is, I do this little trick here. So I take my concealer, I use my same angle brush that comes with my brows. I use for my brows, and I take and I do this. Okay. This makes my eye look more raised. I blend it in. Just a little bit. Same concealer. So we're talking about essentials, the way that I use this for more than one thing, because I travel a lot. So I don't like to bring a whole suitcase full of makeup. So I gotta have multifunctional products. I'm gonna take and do this. I take and do this, and then I just kind of blend it here like that. What this is doing is create this illusion that my eye is like lifted. Okay, it's creating this illusion that my eye
Yes,
is.
beautiful.
So I do this, I blend it there.
Do you put the eyeliner above and below? Yeah,
Put the eyeliner above and below.
okay.
I put the eyeliner above and below. Now below, I use a powder. I use this same powder as eyeliner. I use this as eyeliner with the same brush because I don't know about you. I know some people on here might have hot flashes and stuff like that. I don't have hot flashes yet, but I do. I was raised in the South where it's hot. And so what I found was that a lot of times like a pencil or something, it'd be bleeding on my eye. So I use the powder because it stays in place. But this is something I do. This is something that we do as we age. We need to lift up our eyes, taking a little concealer and going up along your hairline, even back to your hairline, to lift up your eye is very important. Okay, so we need to do that. Now,
All right, I'm picking up what you're putting down. What else you got? This is
I know,
good.
I'm trying to write it down here. I'm putting it in the comments.
okay, something that we
Beulah said all of her makeup has to go. 'Cause I'm from in Chicago.
said the time
I'm
is
right with you, Beulah girl. Everything's gotta go.
everything's got to go. Look, so the next thing is okay. So I just put a little eyeliner here.
Thank God I have this brow stuff that you gave me in
Yes,
February.
now that's new. Now that's new. That's new. Eyeliner, the brow duo is new. Now, something I want to bring back is two things. One, don't think you have to soak your face in foundation. When you put on your foundation, use it in the areas where you need it. Make sure it's a good match, but use it in the areas where you need it. You do not need to soak your face in foundation, put all this foundation on your face. That's not what we're going for. That's not the look. I want to see skin. I want it to look like skin, right? So I want to see skin. So take your foundation, blend it onto the skin, but I want to see the skin more, okay? And then something I want to raise up for us that's very good that we've gotten away from is you need a little blush. You need a little blush. Those cheeks need to be tapped. And I ain't talking about them cheeks. I'm talking about these cheeks. Okay? Your cheeks need to be tapped. Okay? You need to put a little blush.
Contour. Talk about that because some of us were taught, especially the people with brown skin, that putting blush on your cheeks it's obnoxious looking or it's not the thing. But I mean, it's fabulous. I see what you did there.
I know her face is perfect.
It sure
Look,
is.
I'll put a little bit more blush on just so you can see.
And the highlights in all the right places. Yep, beautiful.
It gives so much range for the face, and it makes your photograph better. You put blush on, your photographs will come out 100% better. 100% better. It looks so good.
Wow.
Looks so good
I'm
on camera.
feeling like totally pale over here, like I need to be in the sun. My face is all like winterized, and you're making me feel really bad.
Oh no, you've got a beautiful face, Ricky. Beautiful.
You gotta come back together.
And so then lastly, just get you a good lip. A good lip, right?
Now, what do you mean by a good lip? How do you find the right color for you?
Yeah. So one, you find the right color by not being scared. I sometimes I meet so many women who stay in one little box. Again, back to that 18-year-old person, back to that 20-year-old person, and you're letting an 18-year-old make a decision for a 50-year-old, right? Based on, oh, this is the only color I've been wearing. It's like, no, you got to come out of that box and try different things. So how you get to the best color is trying different colors. Okay. When you try red, try burgundy, try deep raisin, try the colors, ladies. Try the colors. I believe you should have just as many lip shades. And when I say just as many, it doesn't mean hundreds, but at least get you about 3 or 4 different ones. It's almost like shoes. I want you to think of lips almost like shoes. We don't wear the same shoe every day. We wear a shoe based on the look
That's for sure.
yeah.
Right.
We wear a shoe based on the look we're doing. That's how I want you to think about the lip. Okay. So today I wanted to do a lip that would bring a little bit of this kind of raspberry color in my dress out. I wanted to bring that to my lip, right? And then just kind of make it come up. So I
So
just
beautiful.
thank you. And then I put a gloss on that had a little bit of a gold tint in it. It has a little bit of a gold tint to bring out that little sparkly gold, and I put it in the middle. My point is that you have to give space and opportunity for the lip to shine and to show up. And if you stay closed in a box and it's the color I wear every day, all day, that's all I wear, that's like wearing the same shoe every day, all day. And we're not gonna do
And
that.
we know we don't do that ever.
We know we don't do that.
No.
That's
Yeah.
that's deep because I feel like people are afraid they're gonna look like they have a mustache. They're afraid to wear bright colors. There's so much fear in makeup.
I
Um
know.
how do you counsel people who are, because we're afraid we're gonna look like clowns and all, and then we end up with that same dark line around. I listen, I have an aunt who still wears that mood lipstick that changes color.
See,
You know,
no, you know,
Do you know that my mother will be 92 next week and she puts on makeup every day.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's because she's a
Her
boss, though.
makeup,
My
her
mom's a
jewelry, yeah,
boss.
she's a diva every day. And she'll call me out like, what's up? Like, with my combing my hair and doing mom, I can't do it, but every day.
I
She's a
love
missing hairdresser appointment.
I love the moms that do that because my mom was the same way in regards to, she told me when I leave the house, I need to be ready. And I would be like, Mom, no. And I had became an entrepreneur, and kid you not, I was somewhere and a news station was there and they asked me for an interview and I didn't have any makeup on. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I had a makeup shop at the time. I was like, oh my God, I have no makeup on. I look a mess, this and that. And my mama told me, she said, I told you, you don't never leave the house not ready. You never leave the house not ready. And I learned from that time. But it's just a point that I was raised with a mom like that too, and my mom worked at the post office and she still put on her makeup
My
every
mother was a principal, but she every day.
day.
Every day, sit in her chair, whatever she's going to home there.
But
Home goods.
you know what they were doing too? They were not just, because this is what I'm learning, because now my makeup time has turned into my self-care time. And it's my time of affirming myself. Because what I realized was, and I saw this when my mom went through chemo. My mom would sit in that mirror, put on her makeup before she went to chemo, because she was preparing herself for what she was getting ready for. And what we have to realize is when you do your makeup, when you have that, you have a chance to talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. You might be going to the office. Just talk to yourself. Okay, I know I got to deal with this. I know I got this, da, da, da. Talk to yourself. That's your opportunity. That's the only time. Think about it.
I
This is
love that.
I
Yeah.
love that. Well, there's this thing on TikTok because Ari just made a TikTok for us about, there's like a name for it, for getting ready in the morning. That's like a
what
TikTok trend right now. So
Ari,
Ari did this TikTok video like, I wake up in the morning, I go in front of the mirror, I wash my face, like, give me a break. But she said that's like a thing.
yes,
Wow.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And affirmations, right? So it's
Yeah.
your opportunity to speak to yourself, because what other time do you have where you're literally looking yourself dead in the eyes?
That's true.
So this is between you and you right now, right? And so I think that's
I
my
love
time.
that. I love that. A conversation between you and you,
Between you and you.
looking in the eyes.
Absolutely. That's
I'm
your
just
make
taking notes here.
Yeah, that's your makeup time. So I don't want you to look at that makeup time any other way anymore. We love to say that we don't have time. Do you really not have time?
Mm.
Or have you not made you the priority? Right?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So, do you really not have time? Because we some days, yeah, I understand, but like if we're saying that all the time now, I don't have to, I hear that, I don't have time for that. Do you really? Or have
This is makeup with a side of church here. That's all I'm gonna say.
with them
Yeah.
fans?
With a
Listen,
bandit, right?
this is true, right? Put your boots on the
Wow.
ground. It is, I love this as a
Wow.
component of wellness and self-care because when
Mhm.
you're going through your journey, it's easy to one, care for your medical needs and not your spiritual and your self-care needs. But two, we prioritize, especially Black women, everything and everybody else all the time. But this is something that you can do for you, and you can
Yeah.
couple it with additional self-care activities, or you can let this be the start of self-care activities that are more than just, your screenings, which are important. Right. But this is like the gateway for these sorts of things. So
It is.
I love this conversation about really diving into what self-care looks like, because I think for Black women, we're not a monolith, right? But we don't have these conversations enough about really truly what is self-care.
And you know, when you're sick and you're going through chemo, you don't feel like it. You don't, and you know what? You don't want to look at yourself in the mirror because you are bald. You know, you don't want to think about combing your hair because you don't have any. You don't want to look at your skin because you look yellow. Even when you're dark skin like me, you don't want to think about your beauty because you feel bad. And so just to pick yourself up a little bit, this is a great thing. You know, just it's okay to look in the mirror and like figure it out. You know what I mean? Work it out. But we spend so much time like, please don't show me what I look like right now. You don't want to see any part of your body, you know? So, but this can give a little lift.
Yes.
You're making me want to go put some makeup on right now. I'm on your website now shopping. Okay.
I love it.
Right now.
Yes.
I would love to get some samples for the
Yes.
swag bags for
I'm
patients
shopping right
for
now.
our wellness day. So we have to talk about how we can do that
Yeah.
and how we can support your business.
Yeah. How we
you
can
know,
support your
because
business.
yes, this needs to grow, and
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be because I'm gonna keep it real with
Yeah.
y'all. You know, now more than ever, small Black-owned businesses like myself need your financial support. We
Yeah.
need your,
Yeah.
we need your shopping, right? I'm not taking
And we
any.
need to support you and not be
That's
shopping
right.
at Target and Walmart
That's right.
and all these bad.
Mhm.
We need to come straight to you on your website and shop.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I'm right here right now.
Thank you. So that's what we need, and that's what's going to keep us going, because we're taking the time to know what's inside the makeup, serving you things. But if I'm not here anymore because of a
Right.
lack of support or a lack of shopping, then I can't do that for you anymore. And now, to your point earlier, Doc, the choices just keep going down and down. Now we don't have a choice. And now you're eating all the right foods and doing all of this, but your makeup is messed up, right? And so
Well, it's old. Your makeup is old. Who has
Well,
new makeup in their house?
Your makeup is trash. It's old.
Somebody in the comments tell me your makeup isn't old, and I'm not the only one. Beulah's saying you're definitely. I'm definitely
I
me.
told Beulah, me too. That,
I
yep,
know.
yep.
Yeah.
And so I would just say that every time, you need a lip gloss, you need something, come to LamiqueBeauty.com. Let's get it, because we're building this. And I just opened up, speaking of that, I recently opened a Lamique retail store right in the heart of Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Um,
And it's called Lamique Beauty. What's it called?
It's called Lamique. It's called Lamique Beauty. It's an
Lamique.
actual storefront here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And when we think
But
about,
don't you live in Houston?
I live between Houston and Tulsa.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I'm in Tulsa.
Wow.
Yeah,
In
I'm in Tulsa.
Tulsa.
Yeah. When you think about the history of Black Wall Street and Greenwood
Right.
District and what we built, we know that we have the power to
Yeah.
fund.
Take care of ourselves on
That's-
Black Wall Street.
That's
Wow.
it. So
I
that's
think
where
that's great.
And I
Yeah.
did to show the significance and the relevance of what that moment means. And I'm gonna tell y'all, when I did this, when I came to Tulsa last year, God, it was a God thing, right?
God thing. You are a God thing.
Thank you. I did not know that we would be in this time we're in right now,
Right.
where things are being pushed and pulled in a direction of where self-preservation must happen.
Right.
Yes. And yep. And community empowerment, economic empowerment in our
Right,
communities
right.
more than ever before, because erasure is a real thing, and we have to make sure that we are not erased, and that all of the entrepreneurship, all the creativity.
Yeah.
You are so right about that. Boy, who would have thought?
Right.
Who would have thought? And they try to do the erasure in beauty. Right now, we're going to see less and less Black-owned beauty products on shelves. because
Yeah, because they got wiped out of Target.
yep, because and also too, just all the other retailers are going to be like, you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
We don't have to do business with you because, you know, nobody's watching
There's
us.
no DEI.
And you know what they'll
There's no
say?
responsibility.
They'll
There's
say,
no
black shoppers,
accountability
stop
with that.
coming here,
Yeah.
right?
There's no
They'll blame it
accountability.
on.
Yeah.
They'll
There's no
use the boycott
accountability.
as an
Yeah.
excuse.
As
Mhm.
they do all of this stuff. And so we have to make sure that's the reason why we have our own website. We have our store. Yes, we are available right now as of today on Ulta.com, on JCPenney.com. But and we're also in Hy-Vee. Anybody in the Midwest, there's a retailer called Hy-Vee. We're in the stores in Hy-Vee, like 37 stores. And we do all that, but I'm gonna tell you, we cannot put all of our eggs in those
No, you
baskets.
can't. Right.
We understand that, you know, we could be at risk. And so for us, building our own economic engines, building our own platforms is so important. So I'm excited to say that we have a store right here in the home of Black Wall Street. And I'm excited to say that you can go to our website and we can help you and you can shop us there. But I just want us to be more mindful about what we're putting on our face. Our skin is our largest organ, and I want us to be mindful of what we're consuming. I also would just say buy from companies that care about you.
That's
Buy
right.
from
The
companies
values
that care
matter.
about you. A lot
The
of people
values.
are asking, what's the website? I've put it in there a couple times, everybody. LamiqueBeauty.com. Scroll the comments, you'll see it a few times.
And
But what
Lamique,
did you say? That was a drop the mic line. What'd you just say?
what did I say?
What'd you
Which
say?
part?
Said shop at companies that care for you. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
said,
Shop
the
at
values
companies that
matter.
care about you.
Shop
Yep.
at companies that care about you. I have been, again, before this even happened with my sister, before then with my mom, right after my mom passed, I raised through my makeup shop I had in Houston, where I was doing makeup and eyebrows, through fundraiser events. I raised $500,000 for Black women to get mammograms who were uninsured.
Wow.
So that's the heart of the person that you're buying from. So like, you know, that's what we need to be shopping from. People who are
Have a heart.
have a heart for us, care about us, and who are us, right? Like, and so we need to make sure we do that instead of begging people to care. I think that's backwards. I don't think we should
Yeah.
be.
That's
Right,
over.
right. Or being unreal about it, not genuine about it, you know? And yeah, wow. Wow. You gave us a lot of
Yeah.
lovely
A
things
lot of
today.
pearls, a lot of
Yeah.
tips. How can people
Yeah.
reach you? How can they follow
Yeah.
you?
So you all can follow us right here on Facebook. We're Lamique Cosmetics.
Lamique Cosmetics, okay.
Facebook.com/Lamique Cosmetics. On Instagram, we are at Lamique Beauty. On TikTok, we are at Lamique Beauty. And you can follow us on all of those platforms. You can sign up for our email list. Please sign up for our email list. Go to LamiqueBeauty.com, LAMIK Beauty, BEAUTY.com. I'll tell you, Lamique actually stands for love and makeup and kindness. So
I wondered about that. I was trying to figure out if Kim was in there somewhere.
it was Kim spelled backwards.
Yeah.
Was Kim spelled backwards originally, and my mom, Loretta, she named all of her daughters middle name La something. So my big sister who just passed, she was LaDon. I'm LaKeisha, and my little sister's LaShay. And so when I put the name together, I put La because like my mom did, and then the Kim spelled backwards. But one day somebody asked me, what does Lamique stand for? And after, you know, creating this company and, you know, the community and everything we're working on and building, I could not say Kim spelled backwards because that's just the way that I constructed the name, but that's not what it meant.
Not
And
what
so,
it means.
right, in that moment,
It stands for love.
makeup and kindness. In that moment, when the person asked me, that came right from my mouth. It reminds me in the Bible when it says, the Holy Spirit will give you the words to say in that moment, you know? And so in that moment, I said love and makeup and kindness. And I was like, that's really what it means. It means love and kindness is your true makeup. that's what, it's all about what you're made of. Your love of kindness is what you're made of, because beauty is revealed and not applied. So that's what Lamique means. And
Wow, 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 wow.
sign up for our email list. Go to LamiqueBeauty.com.
I got
Beauty
it.
is
I put it
revealed
there.
and not applied. Well, you heard it here.
Yep,
You heard it first. And I
yep,
hope that you all
yep.
shared this, because beauty is what? Revealed, not
Reveal,
applied.
not
Wow.
applied. You have been a
Wow.
godsend today. So,
That's true.
so we're gonna get Kim on Pink Table Talk. We'll have her, you have to come back here in a few months. Hopefully you can come to our birthday party on May 3rd and 4th and show your products and make us up, make us beautiful.
Yes.
But we're so happy that you came on today. Just a quick note, tomorrow on Black Doctor, they're going to be in Miami celebrating their 20th anniversary and have curriculum all day long, top Blacks in healthcare, like they do every year, like a lot of good webinars. I'm gonna actually go down there, but so tune into Black Doctor on Facebook. It's going to be live all day, lots of good content, lots of good topics, and lots of cool doctors. And so join us. And next week we're gonna talk to Gina Page about ancestry, African ancestry. She told me when I told her you're gonna be on the show, she said, "I love Kim Roxy, I love her."
Gina, oh my gosh, I love Gina. She helped me find out where I'm from. Like everything.
Yeah, so we're gonna have her next week. So lots of good
man,
stuff
that's
to go.
beautiful.
But we're so glad you came with us. And I'm gonna put some makeup on, even if it's 7 o'clock at night. I'm gonna go try to like make myself look better for me.
For
Yes,
you.
for you.
For me.
That's your
I'm gonna have
self-care.
a conversation with myself in the mirror, looking me in the eye right now. So thank you, my girlie.
We hope it's been relatable and reliable and real. That's what we do every Wednesday night here on blackdoctor.org. And you certainly have heard it relatably, reliably, and real from Kim Roxy, because she took us to church and to the hair salon and to the makeup salon
Right.
and to the
Makeup salon.
and to the therapist chair.
Right?
But
Right?
all that we needed.
All the things. You're making me, I'm gonna go take off my hat, comb my hair, put some makeup on.
We'll see you next Wednesday night.
And let me just say this. Thank you all so much. Y'all don't know that I am probably experiencing the most pain emotionally I've felt in a long time since my mother passed, my big sister. And being on here and Ricky being together and Doc being on here together, y'all have helped to mend my heart a little bit more. So I thank you for this opportunity. You just don't know what you did for me emotionally today, to even be able to just speak and everything. So in honor of my big sister, Sharice Johnson, thank you so much for allowing me to be on today and help a girl through. And I hope that somebody heard a tip or a fact that will help to change and make their health and wellness and beauty better because of it. So thank you. And thank you for what you do.
They did. And we're going to talk some more about your sister and tell your story. So let's talk about that. Let's do something, Instagram Live or something, where we can tell your story about your sister and how that's impacted your health. Because that's a whole other conversation, the whole triple negative family. So we'll have that conversation soon, my girlie.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Love you. Love you, Mo.
I love you too. I'll see you next Wednesday.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye.